good morning. We are back again for another round of backfilling with some clay. So first thing I gotta do is move over here and get the little trench compactor out of the crawl space. This thing started acting up on me actually Friday afternoon. I don't know if it's because when it tipped over and I got the door open, so sorry. When it kind of laid over, that there's a sensor, a wire or something that came loose, because it only moves in the forward direction now. Like it won't back up, and the horn just keeps screaming at me. So I called Sunbelt, but I couldn't get anyone out here on Saturday to look at it or bring me another one. So because they're not even open on Saturdays, but I'm trying to think. I guess I'll just set this thing. I guess it's out of the way right there. So yeah, it kind of let me down on being able to use it some Saturday. So they're supposed to come this morning. Come on. And take a look at it. Every time it hooks on that side, there's like a bracket. There we go. There's my dump truck, so just in time. But yeah, what I was gonna say is I came over here yesterday on Sunday, which I don't normally work, and finished knocking all this stuff down to get us a road to the back, because I've got to kind of concentrate on filling in the back of the house and then working on this back porch, which is going to take a lot of fill. But I guess I'm gonna just build a ramp and try to get down inside there, because I'm not gonna be able to reach this far corner with just the 2150 and be able to actually pack it in there like I'd like to. So, because this thing is huge. It's, I want to say it's like 28 by 20 or something, but it's half of it's 9 feet deep and the other half's 11. And so I was worried, I don't really want to run that close to that wall. So. But these guys should be able to just back right in here, and I can just kind of take it and bail it over the side until I can get it built up enough where I can build a ramp on this side and that side. But I'm gonna have to pack some of this in for starters, so. I think I'm gonna have 4 or 5 trucks again. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, so we'll just start for a little while. At least kind of pack this in. I'll start just bailing it over the side and try to get it where I can get me a ramp and then get my loader down in there is the only way I can really think about filling all that in, or make sure I get it compacted the way I'd like to. It'd be a whole lot easier with clean rock and you wouldn't have to worry about it settling or anything, but it's probably gonna take 40 loads or 50 to fill this thing in, so it kind of cracks me up, because on some of this stuff, as I was digging this thing out, I was kind of asking them these questions like, so what's our plan for this or that? And they're like, oh, I don't know. Like there's no like pre-planning or anything. And then like once they get it to this point, then it's like, how are we gonna fill that in? That is a good question. And the good news is with this, the concrete floor will actually set on those walls, so, but you still want to get the middle of it packed in pretty well, because you'll have a hollow spot underneath there. But so this will work. It's just, I guess it's a little more work to put it in there and pack it in, because you want to pack it but not pack it so tight where you start pushing the walls out. At least these 2 walls on the outside here, I'll be able to fill them in, so you'll have like equal pressure on both sides. But those 2 that go into the crawl space, I'm gonna have to be real careful not to get real carried away with just packing it in or putting too much on those. guess I should make sure I don't back off the side of this hill. So yeah, we'll just make me a little spot for starters to sit here and bale this stuff in. We're 2 scoops into 1,000, it seems like, so. I just hate to run the loader on top of this wall because there's not like a notch like in the garages or whatever, but if I can build enough clay up on the front side of it and the back side, it should be fine on that wall. Then I'd have to clean it back off when I get done, but it's really the only way I can think of on how to fill it in. Well, I feel like we are making great progress today, so I've lost track of how many loads. I was gonna try to count. I know I've got 6 trucks running from 2 different clay pits. Because you'll notice some of these trucks, like this guy's, it's a little drier, it's a little more reddish orange. And then I guess it's the maroon truck, the white truck with the brown stripe, and the one with the lime green bed. They're coming from a pit north of town, and it's a little wetter and it's kind of like a darker brown. They're digging it out at one of our local rock quarries. They're adding on to their property, so that guy's digging it out. They were going to come down to this other clay pit that's closer to where I'm at, but that guy is I think he's normally like a concrete guy, but he's bought this piece of property and he's trying to sell the clay off of it, but he gets overwhelmed really easy if he's got too many trucks sitting down there. So I think he's got my 3 that are running down there, and there's a couple more, so he gets a little excited when he's getting too many trucks. So that's the only annoying part, is 3 of the trucks have to run all the way across town, and these other 3 are, I think it's only with like 10 or 12 miles from here. That's where the first day, all 6 or 7 of them were running to this one that was 10 or so miles away. That's why they were making the rounds so quick, and that guy was he was getting really worked up apparently. But and now I'm just taking 2150 and just filling this in. I'm not really getting too carried away with compacting it. I talked to the concrete guy. I was trying to get his thoughts, and since there's absolutely nothing against these 2 walls, I really hated to get in there. Like with the loader was my plan to build a ramp and get in there and track everything in and push it out, but like the concrete guy was saying, you really need to have like the subfloor on the house to help strengthen those walls. But the bad part is, this is a different builder than what I'm typically, all my other houses that I've been working for. And the reason I got this guy is from the concrete guy. It seems like me, the concrete guy, and my other main builder all really work together on a lot of stuff, but the concrete guy pretty much works for every other contractor in town. He's like the go-to basement guy, basement crawl spaces. I think he's only one of 2 that has enough wall forms to do these, is the deal. And he's done it for like 47 years too. But this builder, I'm gonna guess, is in his mid-30s. He's really young and really new at it, so he's yeah, he's a nice guy, but he's just, I don't know if he understands like all the processes and stuff, or like what some of this stuff entails. He especially doesn't get grades, because that day that I met him over here, we were talking about wall heights. I could tell he was lost when we were talking about how much fill it was going to take to backfill around this and whatnot. But I think there's some sort of relation there. I think he's married to a niece or something of the people that own this house. So I just feel like it's a little bit of a complicated one to take on if you don't do a ton of building. But hey, that's not for me to say or whatever. So, but the problem is, I guess where I was going with that is, he's like extremely pushy. Like, he's telling me they're going to be here tomorrow to, I guess, start framing, and then also try to start pouring those floors on the garages. So it made it sound like they were going to be here today to do that. So that's why I worked all weekend to get the floors ready for the concrete. But there was no one here when I got here at 6:30, so I texted him in to see what the deal was. And I was telling me like tomorrow or Wednesday, but and so that's part of it. We're going to go ahead and fill this in and then just kind of let it naturally settle. May add a little water to it, and then once they get it framed and before they get ready to pour the concrete on there, we can kind of pack it in with something. But I try to go over some of this stuff with him, but I can tell he's kind of just lost in some of it. So yep, there's actually the homeowner right there. So We made awesome progress today. So I had 6 trucks running. I think each truck got 12 rounds. We got 72 loads at least. Some of them may have got 13, but yeah, we made a ton of headway. I got this corner filled in, got the whole back patio filled in. It's obviously going to settle some. I tried to take the bucket and tamp down. I may take the compactor tomorrow and I don't know, like maybe a small L shape, just kind of run it in there. That corner's really going to settle because I couldn't reach it all the way. But yeah, it's probably filled in enough. And then the rest of it, they can just put base rock on there after it settles, because the concrete floor will actually be a cap on top of there. And it'll butt up to the floor of the house where they can just kind of, it may have a step down or they may make it flush. I'm not 100% sure. But then we did, the corner kept kind of widening up on me, but I tried to do that where the trucks can kind of get around here. So I'll probably have to take the excavator. When it's all said and done, it's probably going to be fine. They're talking about maybe trying to tier 2 retaining walls now, so we'll come out like 20 feet, which maybe depends if you pull it off that wall or those down there. Maybe, you know, somewhere out here, and then it'll drop down like 5 or 6 feet and then to another wall. So some of this may be able to get pulled back up. And part of it, when the trucks are done, I'll go probably 15 or so feet out and then kind of cut or kind of shape. It's actually probably just going to need more fill to blend in over there. But we really just got around this corner now, so I told them probably 25 or 30 more loads. I may not get it perfect, but that'll at least get it enough where they can frame it and be working on it, because they're supposed to be showing up tomorrow now to start on that. But yeah, I'm really going to try to just get it up to this brick ledge right here, and then this corner is going to eat up quite a bit because it's kind of the same thing. They want to curve that wall and then have it kind of die out, but that's still a little on the steep side over there. But I'm going to try to follow that same grade and bring it around this corner. And that would be nice to put a little more in there and kind of blend that in a little bit better. But yeah, huge progress today, so I'm excited about that. And my allergies are acting up, so that's why it sounds like I'm losing my voice. I've been hacking and coughing and everything else today. With September, as always, has the ragweed comes on here, and I have really bad allergies to that. So, and it's super dry and dusty. That doesn't help. But so yeah, I apologize that it sounds like I'm going to go hoarse with it. Maybe by tomorrow it'll get to feeling a little bit better. But I'm going to go home, rest my voice, and we'll just catch you guys in the morning.